Welcome to the Baking It Down with Sugar Cookie Marketing Podcast. This is your host, Corrie and Heather. Thank you for flying with Miracle Airlines.
I'm going to try this podcast to touch my lips together when I form a word. And I know everyone's cheering right there. Please don't cheer too loudly.
It's making
Forget.
me talk slower.
And they're like, oh, this is so much better. But they don't understand. My lips don't touch.
It's been 36 years of just open teeth to air.
Sometimes I say something and I say, what was that?
Welcome to the Sugar Cookie Marketing Podcast. We are your hosts, Corrie and Heather. We are a spinoff from a group that is on Facebook. The group is 49,000 bakers strong. We'd love to have you in there. What we do is see what's happening in the world of cookies, in the world of baking, trending concerns, changes, as you heard with the cast iron podcast we did of what websites to use. This week,
Strategy.
We like to bring it back. Homeschool, strategy. Bring it back to...
This is episode 229.
We've been back.
We're going to be bringing it back. However, I do think that there is merit to listening to strategy and applying it yourself. I find myself listening to audiobooks on the same topic and finding in each book a little marketing nugget, know-how.
A little diffy.
A little something. And I'm like, if that's all I took from this was worth the 11 hours. Also, if you're writing a book, what if we didn't make them 11 hours long? Like, what if it was 4 hours?
I'm so sorry, because a book on a pedestal in the bookstore can't look like a 4-hour.
I want an abridged audio version.
That's an Amelia Bedelia.
Take all your little stories, and I know you probably say if you guys took your stories out of the podcast, it would be 2 minutes long, but in the audiobook, 11 hours is a lot of commitment.
But when you look at a book,
I know, I want it to be juicy,
you want it to
thick,
be long. If the book is $16,
tiny words,
it can't be small
big
on
pages.
the shell.
I want all the knowledge. But 11 hours is a long time.
It's a long time. Speaking of the strategy we're talking about today, my sister on this weekend that we had together, my younger sister said randomly, do you have a lot of repeat clients?
That was an interesting, unprovoked question.
It was.
So returning clients, you've heard us say it here before, are the cheapest clients because the cost of acquisition has already been expended.
So explain cost of acquisition.
Great. There's a time cost and a monetary cost of acquisition, right? So you could have the cost of acquisition being a flyer you mailed out to, if let's say you do everyday direct mail, which is through USPS. Let's say I print off 250 flyers at $500. Then I mail them out. We're going to say the $500 includes mailing costs. One client comes to me out of that $500. The cost of acquisition for that one client could be attributed to $500. If 2 clients come from that, $250 per client. If 3, you get it. So the cost per acquisition from that client was already expended the first time I sent the flyers out. That same client knocks on my door 365 days later to place a second birthday order. My kid is turning 2. They were turning 1 last year. The cost of acquisition had already been expended that first time.
Yeah. So the cost was $500. When they knock on your door again in 365 days,
it really takes that cost of $500 and really divides it in 2. I got them twice.
Yeah.
But that's not the way to look at it. We should look at it as in the re-knocking of the door, it was free.
Exactly. So the initial knocking, $500, the second knock, free.
So always, for that reason, the returning client is the cheapest one. You may say, but what if I had to send out the flyers twice? You can't look at it that way. The client that returns through no action of your own, the returning client, the client who said, I had a great experience the first time, so I'm coming back, that is the cheapest lead acquisition for any company.
Let me bring it to the baker's world, the average home baker. We don't have probably $500 laying around to send out postcards. So what we do as home bakers is we join a bunch of local community groups. We post religiously in 5 different groups.
You probably got a digital subscription cost there, possibly Canva, and then we have the time cost.
Time cost. Lots of time. So the baker's biggest cost is their time.
Right.
We might sign up for the school's PTA. We're donating cookies to the PTA.
Time and money costs.
Time and money. The person who's in those 5 groups has seen us. They're probably part of our school's PTA. They maybe were able to taste the product there, and they've come now to be a client.
Well, now they're an expensive client. It took them 2 different acquisition sources, which people call them touch points. And there's the rumored 21 touch points before conversion. It does require me to get touched more than once for me to convert.
To buy. Yeah.
So we have 2 major things here. The returning client is the cheapest, so it's already the best use of time.
Yeah.
And then we have the referring client being the strongest referral source. So my grandmother came to me and she threw a book that gets mailed out every year here, and it was like Best of Fairfax Businesses.
Best picks. Yeah.
Best picks, yeah. Uh-huh. And she said, why aren't your clients listed in this book? And I said, because when was the last time you chose a company from that book? And she said, I never have. So I said, well, let's go through that methodology with you. I said, you got your roof done and you have become the largest single referral source for that sales guy.
Yeah.
He stops by to say hello.
Yeah.
That's how many people she's recommended him to. I said, where did you find him? Well, I was on a walk and a neighbor was getting his roof done. He was standing outside and I asked him his experience.
Yeah.
So now we have the returning client is the cheapest and the referring client is the strongest.
Yeah.
So 2 reasons why we should focus our marketing efforts on that returning client.
Yeah. The thing is, returning and referring can sometimes be different people. Ruth Ann, my grandmother, you probably get your roof done every 30 years. She's not probably going to be a returning client.
But she is certainly a referring client.
Yeah.
Those are big purchases. With cookies, I think we have the ability to
it's
give
a lot closer. They're a lot closer.
Of course, we'll need a lot more referrals than the roofing guy with the $15,000 roof. However, we can now see that if we could focus on returning clients and referring returning clients, yum.
Yes.
So
delish.
We're going to reverse engineer this one. Let's talk about the reasons why you're not getting returning clients.
You might be listening to this podcast and you're like, do I have a lot of returning clients? Maybe you don't. There's a few factors in your control and out of your control that can lead to not having returning clients.
Corrie has a returning client, which is, I think, how you answered this question to her. Corrie has this great returning client, also a referring client.
Yeah.
Sent her an email and said, I just want to let you know I'm military. I'm getting stationed, which Corrie knew because she had done her promotion cookies, but she's getting stationed overseas. Uh-huh. So she said, I just want to let you know it's not you. It's literally me. And the minute I'm back, I'm placing orders again.
Yeah.
Out of your control.
An amazing returning client.
Because something is out of control, it doesn't mean it's not to be acknowledged.
Yeah. Not in my control. I can't ship. She's in Germany.
We still need to account for it, though, in the loss of returning clients because Corrie lives in a very transient area. People moving is a part of her marketing strategy, it really is. Right? So she's got a factor. Maybe you live in a town where everybody's ever lived there.
Yeah.
And never moves. You don't have to focus on this as much. But Corrie needs to factor into her marketing that she does have people leaving just as much as she has people coming.
Yes.
Which is why I always say, if marketing isn't working for you, maybe add. And I live in a rural area because your strategy is going to be a bit different.
Yeah. And people who live in college towns, tourist towns, military heavy towns, you have a different strategy that you need to work with.
Your marketing life cycle is quite different.
Yes.
So factor 1, and we're just going to talk through these, although we've come up with a list because we love a list. If you take big breaks or take the summer off, you're going to lose returning clients.
Clients might have, you're like, well, here's the thing. Their birthday is always in August and you're always baking in August. So you're like, oh yeah, no, I can get the returning clients. They might have an event in July and you're not baking for.
And now we've lost them.
The problem is when they go find the baker in July who bakes for them, they're probably going to have a pretty sweet experience. Most bakers I know can create sweet experiences for their clients. In that, you've now potentially lost this returning client, even though you're baking in August.
Because now they found a baker that bakes both in July and August.
Yeah.
Now you'll see me talking about out both sides of my mouth on this, but it's really not. If you're feeling burnout, take the break.
Sure.
A baker baking with big breaks is still better than the baker who quit in terms of business strategy,
absolutely.
Right? However, in the same vein, if you take the break, you will lose returning clients. Mm-hmm. It is par for the course. And that's why we always try to give it to you straight so you know how to formulate that strategy.
And it's just knowing that, yes, I'm a baker who takes breaks and I'm going to lose clients from it. So my marketing strategy is going to take that into consideration.
And I'm going to account for it
Absolutely.
because I'm going to have a higher cost of acquisition because I need to get new clients because my returning clients are met with a closed door. Part of the strategy. The baking baker strategy.
The breaking strategy. The baking breaking
baker strategy.
That's a mouthful right there.
Second example, if you're constantly changing up your offerings, you're losing clients. Talking out both sides of the bun right here.
Yes.
You say, but I'm testing new things. That's great. However, clients are used to what they signed on to. If they come back and that's no longer offered, you may see that. However, great business to see what sells, what the margins are, and to cut out the analysis paralysis issue.
Sure. The biggest culprit I see here is cake bakers turning into cookie bakers and cookie bakers turning into cake bakers.
I don't get why the cookie people switch to cakes. I get why the forlorn cake baker finally puts their...
I do want to say, if you live in not a humid area, making cakes is a lot faster and a higher profit.
Higher profit, right? Yes. And I'm sure cakes take a ton of talent. It seems like you can whip them out pretty quickly.
It seems like when you figure out what it is,
you are a force to be reckoned with.
you can bake them,
and then the cake people get the weddings.
And one, I don't even know how transportation. Even my brain doesn't fathom that.
But imagine, okay, you could do the I'm going to focus more on this. But imagine someone knocks on your door. They've ordered cookies from you. They said, "I'd like to order more. I don't do cookies anymore." You have lost a returning client.
You've lost a returning client.
Now you need to refocus your marketing efforts on that product you do want to grow. Definitely a part of business strategy. Definitely going to affect your returning clientele.
Yeah. I do see a lot of cookiers say, I no longer want to focus on customs. I get it. Customs take a lot of work and a lot of time. So I'm more for focusing on logo, corporate clients. You're going to lose clients just for the fact that you're no longer offering customs.
Other transitions I see, I would like to teach more classes and do fewer customs. That's going to be a transitionary period. The people who come to our classes, I would say 1 or 2 buy customs from you, but most of them are just there for classes. Another one I see is people who say, I want to do Eddie only prints, and you're moving, and you're like, where are my clients? They are still looking for piping. You might not feel this because if you've switched from customs to corporate and you're still just doing corporate, you've probably gotten a good customer base. Where you'll feel it is you're like, oh, look, I only do the corporate logo cookies, but a lot of people are asking for customs in the local foodies group. So I'm going to do customs for the holidays and no one's knocking down your door. That's where you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. Yeah. So it's that new product offering. Business strategy. Love it. Higher margin. Things I like to do. Things I don't like to do. I'm lower margin. I'm going to cut those out. However, that's affecting your returning clients. Something you got to factor in. Well, Heather and Corrie, if I don't want to lose returning clients, what would I do? We'd reverse course there. But is that the best for your business? Right. We're not telling you. We're just telling you the factors involved. Yeah. A lot of people like to say market saturation. And I'd argue that this is probably more likely. Market saturation is definitely a part of it. The reason why that person's able to take your clients is for one of these reasons. Yeah. You're not easily searchable. You're losing clients. I see this happen when you don't have a website. Yeah. Sometimes I think about my own buying habits. If it's hard for me to remember where I bought from, I don't believe I'll find it. Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to try to use a bunch of adjectives in Google and see if it can reconnect me to that thought I had. But if you are not easily searchable, so anything that can be searched can be optimized. That's what search engine optimization is. If you don't have a website, you're not being searched in Google. If you're not posting to TikTok, you're not showing up in TikTok. If you're not posting Instagram, you're not. If you have a complex name that uses a lot of misspellings, it's hard for me to remember all the weird spellings. A very generic name, Corrie's Cookies. Okay, there's a lot of Corrie's Cookies. If my logo branding is a big one, is just my face, and maybe this person did a porch pickup, and it's just a random Corrie's Cookies, it's going to be hard. How did she spell her name? Right. And your name is spelled very differently than the typical Corrui. It is. And you're like, oh, that's unique. No, when they type in Corrie and then it's my face and they've never really, they couldn't make out my facial features in a crowd, it's going to be hard. If your Google business got suspended because you were incorrectly listed, you're not searchable in that aspect anymore. So we have to always, and there's components of each of these. We got to think about it. It can't be the only focus. But if I'm not searchable, if I'm not easily findable, people won't re-find me. And another one, if you're not easily memorable.
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 No, Ari?
Rememberable. Memorable. Emberable.
If you're really worth remembering, you're rememberable. If you're just so, you're memorable.
I always tell clients this. They're like, we rank highest for name. And I said, the reason why you rank highest for name is people who already knew you are searching you, right?
Yeah.
So ranking highest for your name means you're memorable.
Yeah.
But are you easily findable in terms of cookie baker near me versus Corrie's cookies?
I know.
Right? The intention there.
Yeah.
Likely both of them want to spend money, but one has already been acquired in a different way.
I know.
That's how they knew Corrie's cookies was there.
When you're going to name your bakery, it's good to do a search and see how many of their a big one, Life's a Batch. There's probably 5 million Life's a Batch. Cookies.
It's a pun, a play on words.
It's hilarious.
It's cute. It's right there with cookies. It's memorable, but now it's also competitive.
It's competitive.
Right. So it's, again, that ebb and flow, the give and take. In the world of marketing and business, nothing is 100%. I said it with the websites. You'll not find one that does everything the way you want to do. Same with the name. What's the most different I can be without being too different? I can't be found, right?
Right.
So that, or then you can be really basic B and call yourself Sugar Cookie Marketing. In which case, we're a keyword as well as a brand, but it is rough doing it that way as well, because now it's not cute.
I know.
Yeah, right. You're not relevant on socials. You're losing returning
This
clients.
is a big one. When I go to refer someone to somebody else, so I'm booked, busy, blessed, whatever you want to say it, and I refer a client. When I go to their social media and they haven't posted in 7 months,
Closed.
I can't tell if you're there. Maybe you've taken a break from social media. Maybe you're not baking anymore.
Well, here's an instance where you and I actually had to face this. Every Vendy Blendy, I know you guys are asking where. Also, Ruth Ann has found another way to make noise. Please forgive the noise in the background. That is not Corrie tapping.
Not today, please.
That is a man hammering. They sound the same. They are different today. Okay. The Vendy Blendy, we always let first right of refusal go to the past Vendys. My little way of saying thank you so much for sticking around. When we do this, we go through the list, because Corrie said, I just feel like this list has a lot of stores closed this time, from last year's list to this year's, because I don't want to send it. I don't know, I guess I could email them all, but we were going through to see what, if everyone signed up that we thought was still open, what would look like, right? Because then we'll know how we have to acquire more shops.
Yeah.
When I'm clicking there, I said, Corrie, not posted since 2022, not posted to since 2024. Last post about the Vendy Blendy last year.
Yeah.
And that indicates to me that likely the shop is closed. Now, if they're like, well, no, I just don't post a lot. What are you representing to your own clientele? They're not coming back because they don't want to waste their time trying to figure out if you're open. For them to find out, oh, you are open. That gives me the doubt that I'll see the product, that social proof.
Absolutely. The social proof is gone. And me and Heather, we went out of town this past weekend and we were looking up little restaurants to eat at. I already know restaurants aren't good about posting on social media, but like when you go there and it's like they haven't posted since 2021, like I don't know if we're making the drive for no reason at all.
It was funny. I'm in some local community group I shouldn't be in, and the guy had posted that he'd been staying at this hotel for 17 years as his kid's gone through this local college.
Yeah.
And the hotel's a little inn, right? Those cute little quaint ones.
Yes.
And he had missed the refund window and they wouldn't give him a refund. Okay, buddy, listen, the rules are the rules. However, he goes to this group and says, can I resell them? I'm very disappointed that the inn that I've been giving money to for 17 years won't refund me. So I click, he tags the inn.
Yeah.
Right? So I click to him. Last post, 2022. I said, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care what you think.
But I'm going to say, if you were like, I'm now interested in going to the inn, when you see something not posted for years ago, you'd be like, I think they've moved on to bigger and better.
Or they don't care about customer service. Yeah. Because you can't leave them bad review. They don't care.
Yeah.
It just leaves that piece of doubt, and your past clients are like, probably closed.
So if you're just saying, well, no, I don't do that, we can't look into the scope of ourselves. You're obviously not posting to social media because it's not a big part of your buying experience. But we have to step outside of ourselves because we are not our ideal clients. That's why we're baking the cookies, because one day we said that was way too expensive. I think I could do it on my own. Mm-hmm. You're going to step out and you're going to say, am I losing clients potentially because my last post was 8 months ago?
I'm going to tell you this. Another thing that is a big old do not come back here is the bio saying now taking orders for June 2025, and we're in September.
Yeah.
The pin post saying, hey, I just want to make an announcement for my availability, but it's posted 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Makes me think maybe this company isn't still operating. I'll find a new option.
Yes.
Right. Probably losing clients if you're not selling relevant, if you're not posting, if you're not staying on top of that stuff. It's hard to stay on top of it, but like we said, there's a balance.
There's the balance.
There's a balance. Okay, if if you're constantly rebranding, it will cause audience confusion and you will lose returning clients. We had a client ourselves who went through a major rebrand against my better wishes, against how I would have handled it at all. They just completely changed the name, completely changed the colors, made no announcement. Everything just switched over overnight.
And it wasn't like the names were similar. They were night and day.
Night and day. So we talk about it. Corrie did her rebrand. She guaranteed lost returning
1,000%.
clients. We tried to soft landing the rebrand by saying Mixing Bowl, formerly the Crumbed Cookies.
My rebrand started 9 months prior.
Yeah. And then it's still residual because there's still some aspects that we actually still leave it. Although I think you'd be safe now. I think you like the keyword.
Okay.
Because cookies. But that is going to lose past clients. Yeah. So I had somebody and they were like, I want to rebrand it. Somebody in the Cookie College. He said, how should I go about this? And I said, changing the name of your page is a lot less impactful than changing the URL of your page. And there's a strategy behind how to go through both of those. Yeah. However, guaranteed, you will lose if you get the new URL, the new domain name for your website. That old domain name, if it's not redirecting, it'll still fall out of search. Yeah. So people will search the old domain, not find you, wonder whatever happened.
Yeah. Oftentimes what I see bakers most doing is changing the profile picture. Your logo is branding. That is where someone sees that and they say, I know who that is.
You know, in your local community group, I changed the cover photos. We talked about it. I actually sent a text and I was like, hey, I think this would be funny. However, it's going to mix up the branding.
Well, you've changed Sugar Cookie Marketing, the Cookie Hall. You've changed all those brandings and we can't find it.
Right.
Because sometimes you're so accustomed to something's colors that when it's changed, what was that?
Okay. For the Midsummer membership sale, I changed everything to green in all the 3 groups. And Amy, moderator, was like, it's going to be impossible for me to figure out which group because we use color as an indicator of branding.
Yeah. So I know a lot of bakers, and if you do this, totally fine, will switch out their profile photo, their business page profile photo with whatever cookie they're baking.
Right. Yes, fine. I see that a lot.
The problem is if someone's like, I've only remembered them for their logo colors. And when I do the @ symbol, it usually pops up when I type the letter S.
I'm that person.
You do lose that.
Yeah.
If you are always, your face is your brand, totally fine.
Yes.
But when you change it, and Heather says to some people in the Sugar Cookie Marketing group, you change your profile picture, you've always been a dog. Now I don't know who you are.
Because really, if you think about a relationship with the group members, your tiny name in a circle. One of the ladies has a golden retriever, and the golden retriever did pass away. And she said, don't worry about it. To honor him, I'm keeping the golden retriever. And I said, good. Otherwise, I wouldn't know who you are.
Who you are. Because that's who you are. But you're thinking like, no, people love to. You're the one who's going and staring at your stuff on your page.
No one will love your business as much as you.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Nobody will track your business as much as you.
Yeah. So when you're changing your profile photo, that maybe that's the only tie someone has to your business, and you make it from your logo to your face, you could potentially be losing people because they can't remember.
Same with the name. And I know, I said it was Cakes Only, LLC, and now I'm doing cookies. I understand. But the risk there, the guaranteed risk, is that you'll lose people. It's just par for the course.
Yeah.
The risk tolerance.
Yeah.
If none of my repeat book of business came out, okay, well, I want repeat book of business, then how would you bridge that rebranding gap? How would you send out the email? Hey, this is what's happening. Here's what's going to go. Here's what the old logo looks like. Here's what the new logo. I'm working toward. I'm making posts about it. I'm making sure my audience, my email signature says Mixing Bowl Cookie Company, formerly the Crumb Cookies, for the next 1 year. Yeah. How can I bridge that gap so I can still build that trust and transfer it to that new business?
You will lose people regardless of how good you do your rebrand. I promise you. I promise.
Because you just can't remember.
You just can't remember.
Another one. If you're not staying top of mind with your current book of business, you will be losing clients. Now, this is back to the touch points.
Yes.
And this is all that extra marketing accoutrement that we like to say I don't have time for.
Yeah.
Newsletters.
So what Heather's saying, like the touch points, a lot of our clients order once a year for their child's birthday. Mm-hmm. That's probably my number one. I'm a birthday baker girl right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't somehow get in front of that client in the next 364 days, I could potentially lose them because I've not stayed top of mind to them.
Right. So you can see companies implement a lot of ways to stay top of mind. Let's take Paula's Choice, for example. It is constantly emailing.
Too much.
It's texting. It's posting. It's running ads.
Yes.
It is being a lot. It's in Sephora.
Yeah.
It's easy of access. Okay, whatever. All these things, right? That said, it's staying top of mind. I can tell you Paula's Choice stuff. I've seen it. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
It went through a rebrand, but it was only a packaging rebrand. They didn't even change the name.
Yeah.
And then it's top of mind, almost too top of mind.
Yes.
There's such a thing, at least for me.
Some real estate agents are really good about this. A lot of times the home buying process isn't a 2-day thing. It's we're thinking about it. Okay, the numbers didn't work out. We're going to save for the next 2 years, and hopefully in 3 years we'll be ready to buy.
We're going to refer somebody.
Yeah. So what real estate agents do, they do things like pop buys. So
they do things like starting YouTube channels that review the local area. I am a sucker for that.
Yeah.
I would love for somebody to tell me. I followed this real estate agent on TikTok who all he does is tell you what businesses are opening.
Yeah.
I'm nosy, so I like to do that. But maybe when I buy that house, I'll remember his name. Don't ask me what it is. I can't remember it. But that top of mind. So you have already acquired the business.
Yeah.
How would you, as the end user, want to be brought back into that business? And why are you, the business owner, not doing that?
Yeah.
And a lot of it is time.
Some of our clients are bigger clients who have bigger ticketed items, like say remodeling.
Their funnel is very long.
Their funnel's long, and someone spent $100,000 with them.
Much more thought instead of the $10 product.
Yeah. What we suggest to them and we don't try to put our hands in it because we hate events, but we say having an event for past clients is a fantastic way. So you'll see actually people send tickets, like here's some game tickets. I know you said you like this, to past clients to keep them top of mind.
Ashley's works for that app called YNAB. You need a budget. Really like it. If you're trying to get on top of your finances, highly recommend. They have a customer delight officer, the CDO. The CDO's sole job is to monitor forums and Facebook groups and Reddit posts to find where they can delight a customer that is a huge advocate for YNAB. Because YNAB knows they'll get more signups from somebody recommending them than they will do a cold audience.
Chewy's
is great.
Chewy's, when your pet passes away, you are no longer in their funnel technically. If we think about it from a marketing standpoint, if your pet passes, you're no longer going to be buying from Chewy's. Chewy's says, you know what? The odds are that someone who's a pet lover doesn't ever get another pet again is low.
Right.
So what they'll do is send you flowers when you have to go and cancel your pet food subscription.
And I think they'll refund you an order and let you keep it and donate it to a pet in need. Phenomenal way. Expensive. Phenomenal. Now, you're like, well, that's too much for me. And I understand. Just looking at the cost of flowers is ridiculous. That's delightful, though. What's the hybrid approach here?
Okay. My hybrid approach and what I've been able to do is, while gifts are nice, I'm always baking something.
Yes.
A great client that I've had, if I'm baking a few extra cookies for an order, I'll bake them for that client that is always recommending me. Hey, so-and-so, I just thought about you today. I know your kids are going back to school. I just made these for you if you want to come pick them up.
Right. So that client referring Corrie and still buying from you is producing so much more income than if she wasn't there. That's where you're going to water. That's where you're going to focus that. So like Corrie said, the cost of her baking is just ingredients and time. She was already doing most of it. She's just created extra for this client. The client still placed orders. It's not like the client's like, well, I got free stuff, so I don't need anything anymore. It's still a great lead source, income source.
We're all making samples for these holidays. What a great place for a sample to go.
Know. Rather that than the proverbial freezer drawer never to be seen of again.
Or the cookie graveyard where they dry out. You could use that time and effort into marketing, and it cuts down now on the time and effort because now it's a marketing tool.
Corrie will never keep a product photo cookie. She will get that in the hands of somebody.
It's gonna go to somebody.
If you're going to involve your business in drama, you're losing returning clients. Obviously, a lot of stuff in the news lately, and a lot of businesses have decided to put that out there.
Yeah.
And Corrie and I have always said, do not involve your business in politics and drama.
Yeah.
The reason being, I don't need to know what my oil change place voted for.
Yeah.
However, you have that right to do it on your personal page, and you bridge that gap, and I've seen a lot of that crossover. Well, I've looked at their personal pages, how they're working, or whatever it is. If you're going to involve your business in drama, you're going to lose clients. And you say, well, I'm standing up for what's right. Like we said, every point on here, there's a hybrid approach. You can kind of, whatever that is, just understand the repercussions of that action.
Yeah. So a lot of, we've seen in the past week is a lot of personal profiles, which are linked to business accounts because maybe you share your work from your page to your personal profile, people are making those connections.
Yeah, here's the thing. At the end of the day, you believe in what you believe in because of your life experiences, which are very different than my life experiences. However, now we believe in different things, but that's fine. Okay. However, the keyboard warriors.
Oh, keyword.
Keyboard warriors. The keyboard warriors. And I said this on the past podcast. If you want to make a difference, turn off the computer, walk outside, grab a clipboard, and advocate.
Yeah.
However, if you want to involve your business page in that, you will see very startling opinions. And I said to Corrie, I think the internet has given everyone a microphone and said, yell as loud as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that people love to be outraged. I find myself, if there is a car accident, this neck will be doing a 360.
Yeah.
And I'll also complain about people looking at car accidents.
Also, our online footprints, since internet now goes back so long, is wide and vast.
What do they say? The internet never forgets.
I want to say, so what I've seen people do just specifically in this past week is someone will make a comment, politically charged. Someone will take the time and go back through every comment they made in that specific group and find where they have recommended themselves in a comment section of some random post years ago.
And they'll
put two and two together.
Right. So what I'm going to tell you, and we're going to leave it at this, is if you involve your baking business page, if you involve your bakery in drama, don't be surprised when drama shows up at the front door.
Yeah. And drama can be anything. I've seen bakers on TikTok literally dog on a client. And I'm like, wow, you really hope that
is also drama.
Doesn't.
I know everyone thinks like politics. No. It's a lot of different kinds of drama.
And then I'll see people with their full business name account.
My one that always like kind of shocks me is the local bakery groups, the local bakery support groups being like, look at this idiot. And I'm like, well, I saw that post over there and I know who it was. Yeah. Anybody can turn around and say this is what you're telling me.
I want to say, like, you're like, well, my local bakery group. You guys have a lot of trust. They're technically, at the end of the day,
your competition.
Yeah.
And talk about a way to get new business. So yeah, if you don't be surprised when drama shows up at your door, if you involve yourself in drama. Well, I saw this baker do it. They made a decision.
Yeah.
Do you have the same exact, have you done the risk analysis of that same decision?
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people have, and I think a lot of people have seen some repercussions here. Your choice.
I want to say, when it comes to that kind of thing, you might not feel that like where you have no returning clients for a full year.
Okay.
But in a full year, you might not remember back when you interjected yourself in the drama.
Well, I always say marketing is always delayed.
It's always delayed. And that's what I think people don't realize.
Corrie and I will have a client roll off or something. And then Corrie will be like, they're still seeing the results of our labor. And I said, it's delayed, right? They showed up at a time, Corey's son went to the school, that we like to strategize how you could possibly save it. My thing I call, if you ever watched Interstellar, is the event horizon. So if you ever get close to a black hole, eventually light gets sucked in and you can't escape it. And that was the whole thing of Interstellar, right? So the event, so we say about businesses, have they reached their event for horizon where the marketing is so bad, the company has lost so much money that there's no way they can even save themselves at this point.
Unfortunately, event horizons, when you involve yourself, are always delayed because marketing it's not a light switch.
The solution was a year before this.
Yeah. If marketing was a light switch, that would be awesome because
we don't be flicking it on.
Yeah, for sure. We'd flick it on, flick it off, flick it on.
If marketing was a light switch, we wouldn't have to do this podcast because you'd just be like, I have returning clients now.
You make a post, you make $1 million.
Yeah.
The thing is, what you do today, whether you plant seeds of marketing, whether you involve yourself in drama, you will not see it for months to come.
I have found myself unfollowing some local business because I was like, I wanted to know what changed, not drama.
Yeah, but you might not need it. You might have just gotten your oil change. You don't need it for another 6-7 months.
But now they can't get to me because the way they stood top of mind, I was like, I'm a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm backing out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you say, well, my convictions, make that decision. Make that decision
just
for yourself.
Know that in a year from now, when you come to the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group and you said,
whatever happens,
it's oversaturated, that I want you to rewind it back. Oh, you did make a post in a community group and stood on 10 toes down on something. And that might be why.
I always tell people, you want to involve yourself in drama. Imagine 50% of your book of business leaves. Is that okay? Involve yourself in drama.
With me and Heather's marketing clients, we will see their past history of them as people.
Well, you best believe before somebody onboards, we scroll.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the best marketing can't handle a loose cannon.
Corrie and I say we can't outmarket the owner. If the owner is a loose cannon, there's no amount of marketing in the world. It'll be a great effort. But then it all comes crashing down with that single post or that one stance or that thing they did or that thing they said.
And I can't, at the end of the day, have the business, why did I get the bad review? And be like, remember when you went off on somebody in a little community group? Well, that's why, because they hired us for marketing. So
I'd also say, I saw another baker do it. I saw this other company do it. Maybe they're influencers, in which case they have a different business model than you. I'm talking to the baker who needs someone to place a custom cookie order consistently over a long period of time.
It has been more condoned to have more drama content because
the algorithm trends. I hate, I was reading an article and they said the algorithm really, it waters what's already growing. We've already talked about that's what the engagement baiting, the collabs are for. So when you have drama, it attracts more people. Well, attracting more people attracts more people. We talk about that constantly. Then it looks like success, but I would say give it some time.
Yeah.
Let's see how it plays out.
I want you to go to the drama person's account. Do they have TikTok shop linked?
Do they have affiliates?
Are they in the creator rewards program? Is that video that you're watching over a minute long? I promise you they're getting paid for it.
Yeah. In which case, their drama is the strategy. Yes. Now for you who tries it, well, I want to stand up for what I believe in, but I also really need these orders. Your strategy is going to be a lot different than that. And I would say your strategy, if you want to make a difference, is to leave the computer and go outside
and do something
and make a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Or take the money, earn the money, and donate it to your cause.
There you go.
Okay. Put down your boxing gloves, you people out there saying, at no point, if you listen to the 4.5 years of these podcasts, have we not said the exact same thing? And the fact that we're able to speak on this for 4.5 years should kind of tell you there's something that they know. Not involving politics, drama into business is a solid play.
Heather knows. I wish I could name drop clients and create some drama on our socials and be like, because right now in sugar cookie marketing, bakers are the ones who are following us. Clients aren't following. It's other bakers following us. I would love to be like, oh my goodness, I had to tell you about this client that came by yesterday. Because that would get me so many more views.
But we say, is that the content bucket that's going to create the value that we want? No, it's going to create a lot of engagement. But is it the value one? Even sometimes Corrie and I punch the air because we're like, can't even post about that. But think of how good it would be if we could. Think of all the likes. Yeah, I even tell Amy, like, you got to delete the post. It would perform really well. And as a marketer, I hate that we're deleting that thread. But as the consensus of the value that everyone has voted on, we need to delete the thread.
Yeah.
That's the door guy, not Corrie. Last guy, when you're selling to two target audience, you're losing returning clients. Now, I see this, and I get why people do it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I want to bake custom cookies for people. I also want to sell to bakers.
Yes.
Why not? I have to bake the cookie. Why wouldn't I make Reels content?
Because you're at the end of the day, I've already bought this really cool spatula that carves off the icing off of my other spatula. And I like that. And I want to share that to people. We have muddled our audience.
Corrie and I always say this. That little purple thing that floats on TikTok, the affiliate thing, and press this button.
It says, like, click here. If you sign up, I get $1, you get $1.
Okay, if anyone clicks through your link, you get money to TikTok shop. All of these baking pages that you've invited me to follow are suddenly posting this. This is about 5 months ago. Are suddenly posting this TikTok affiliate link. And I'm like, what? I thought you're selling cookies. Why would you muddle your own message to get a few bucks in TikTok shop? Would you rather the $68 of the custom dozen or the $2 for crap from TikTok shop?
But I think you're not seeing the forest through the trees. You're like, well, if they just click it, we both get $2.
But that's not where your money maker.
Yeah.
If you shake that money maker, does a TikTok shop shake or does your customs?
As an end user, if I know I want to order cookies and I go to your social media profile and you have gotten a Cricut and you're really loving your Cricut and you're using that
like
Cricut.
The cutting machine?
Yeah. And you're making like shirts and stuff. If I'm an end user who hasn't bought for you for 1 year, you might know that you still make cookies, but you just really are loving this new shirt venture of yours.
Right.
I'm going to see that as the end user who hasn't used you for 1 year and say they're no longer baking. They're into shirt
How
making.
else would I interpret that?
But you're like, but they could want shirts too. They could.
Muddled message. There is a way to do that.
Yeah.
And Corrie and I talk about it all the time. At the end of the day, it's a hybrid approach.
Yeah.
And why I say hybrid is it'd be perfect if you had an electric car that went forever. But then what if there's no charging thing? So you need a gas car. So then you create a hybrid.
Yeah.
That's why the hybrid is great. It's the kind of okayest of both worlds.
Yeah.
In this aspect, it's the kind of, I see bakers are like, well, what is it? I have an affiliate with Kaleidocuts. Does she have an affiliate?
I don't know.
Okay, pretend. Sorry. Kaleidocuts if you don't.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get some business.
She does have a rewards program, which is
okay.
Good. Okay.
So here's my affiliate link. Use code Heather10 at checkout for 10% off.
Yeah.
That's only to bakers if I'm talking about a cutter shop. So, but I'm turning around and saying, okay, so the hybrid approach, make 2 different pages. But now, Heather, I have to manage your hybrid approach.
But you're not going to lose out on one for the betterment of the other.
Corrie and I always, Corey's like, wow, I wish I could post affiliate links. And I was like, no, I don't want to post affiliate links because I'd rather them sign up for the Cookie College.
Yeah.
I would rather you guys, of course, affiliate links are always the funny one because it costs them nothing extra. But I say the explanation that it has to be explained that it's an affiliate link, I'd rather pitch them on the Cookie College.
Yeah. Also, affiliate links take the bias.
We don't allow affiliate link in comments. Although, yes, with the Square, with the shutting down of cast iron, people are migrating to Square. Well, Square has that great affiliate program where we both win if you sign up through my link.
You get a month, I get a month.
However, did I recommend it to you because we both win? Or did I recommend it to you because it's the best product? And it's muddled. Well, Heather, I use it because it's the best product. But I listened to Ramit Sethi. I listened to him on Tuesdays. He does a little interview on Tuesdays. I like to listen to it. And he was like talking about a Lisa bed on a Never Return mattress or something.
Yeah.
And he is like, but I even bought it with my own money. I was like, right. But now you're getting paid by them. So did you buy it? Because he's like, it's cured my whole life and filed my taxes early. And I'm like, but they're paying you right now.
It is muddled.
Although he probably loves the bed and I could use a new mattress myself. Yeah, it gives you that pause. So same with your audience. What are you trying to send? What do you want to do? You want to give you a couple of dollars from Amazon? Or do you want to give you the $68 a dozen or the $50 a dozen?
It's really coming down and knowing who your customer is. And if you're willing to say, my customer is now other bakers, you've answered the question. You are going to lose sales from customers.
A hybrid approach apparently you're willing to do. However, when you say where have all my customers gone?
Yeah.
All right, look at your Amazon sales.
Yeah.
Are they taken up? Well, that's what you exchange. Again, each one of these is do a risk analysis, do a time cost analysis, do a cost analysis. The returning client is always the best client because it's the cheapest client.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, I don't want my returning clients. Don't listen to any of this.
Yeah.
Do exactly the opposite of what we said.
For sure.
And you'll be able to go get focused on new clients.
And that's a strategy in and of itself. If you sit back and you can't say, I have a lot of returning clients, this might be the reason.
I don't have a lot of returning clients and I wish I did.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. We used to have a beekeeping client. Wild experience.
Wild.
I wore a lot of beekeeping suits. I was right up there with the bees.
I hated the bees in my ears.
It was wild.
I honestly, Heather got really in there into the little hive.
I said, if the beekeeping suit protects me, who am I to say no?
It's the zzz around my ears.
They get mad. If you're wondering why beekeeping suits are white, it's because bees can see black and get mad at it.
They're mad at black. Heather had
my
this
camera equipment,
little mic that she put on the beekeeper dude.
They were tapping it because it was black. And they were mad. And the audio was like, you couldn't even hear the guy. He says, when you have a hive and the queen is mean, the queen will have mean babies and you'll have an aggressive hive.
Yeah.
To have a nice hive, you must kill the queen and implant a new queen, a nice queen. Then in, I think it was like 2 weeks, the babies of the new queen would have taken over. The babies of the old queen have died just in their natural life cycle. And now you'd have a new. So if you have tire kicking clients because you were always underpriced for a long time, you're gonna kill off a queen.
Yes.
You're gonna see that transition. You don't want these old clients.
Yeah.
But if you have a really solid book of old client business and you're not seeing it, this is the podcast for you.
What's awesome, and I can tell sometimes when I'm looking at other bakers' social medias, they have a big book of returning clients because they'll post a class and it will be sold out.
Yep.
They'll post a pop-up, it's already sold out.
I love. Okay, here's a problem because Corrie and I have a big book of returning class business.
Yeah.
We don't have to market as hard for new class business. You best believe I'll start marketing when that class isn't sold out. However, if I could just fill every future class with past class people,
so you'll
I'm
see
gonna do it
on our classes page because that we separated them out because we believe in what we say. We separate them out. You're like, you're never posting the link to your classes. The classes are sold out. We don't have to market half as hard as we used to.
And we don't have to, that means we save time costs. We don't have to run a Facebook ad, so we save ad costs. We don't have to send out a newsletter, so we save the subscription costs.
But if we want to stay top of mind, we do have to.
We would.
Yes.
And Corrie and I say, shoot, we don't listen to our own advice for that, and I'm allowed to be lazy. However, I will pay that price one day.
I want to say the difference is, you will pay that price.
So what we see, a couple months ago, some lady was like, you haven't sold in a while, but it doesn't matter. Everyone took my business. We're like, no, you haven't sold in a while, so people were able to take your business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the market saturation as much as these other factors. Again, the reason why Corrie and I just want to lambast market saturation is because it's the cop-out. While it is a component, it is not the only factor. And a lot of the things, if you address a lot of these small factors, you won't even think about competition.
When you see a new baker pop up, grow, as we all once were, but you're angry at them for doing what you did 5 years ago and coming into an industry that is nice for, one, a great place for stay-at-home moms, because you're
this is a perfect fit.
This is a great fit. And you were once that person, and you wanted to be welcomed with open arms. But when you look at the new person who pops up in your local group and they get a fanfare and you have a hard heart about you, you are worried about your clients because there's something in your marketing strategy and your returning business that you have not paid attention to.
And now you have to.
Because you're worried they're going to take people from you.
And that's the magic of it. We're all better businesses for having to compete with each other.
I want to say thank goodness.
Corrie and I said, if our competition really wanted to get one over on us, they'd stop selling, and then we'd stop selling because we'd never have to try, and then we'd get lazy, and then we wouldn't try, and people would naturally leave.
Thank goodness an industry like this allows people to come into it. Because if it was the people from 12, 15 years ago, means that because they were first to the market that they got all the business, we wouldn't be here.
I was listening to Ramit Sethi today. You know, he's got this couple on here, and they're always in debt, and he's trying to strategize out. But they were employed by the same company. And he said, whoa. He said to have any amount of debt and share the same employer, and they had a massive income between the two of them. Take home pay per month, 20 grand.
Oh, yeah.
But he was like, but you don't have he's like, every business expands and contracts. It always, and I have a graph of it. It's in one of these college textbooks. He said every business will grow and then comes down. And that's what it has to do to allow new people into the market with a sharper product, a better customer service. And thus the old businesses are like, oh, shoot, I got to try harder. I got to shut down.
Yeah. There's this
beautiful
guy on TikTok, and you've seen him. The
guy with the
rise and fall of Subway.
I don't know what his name is.
I don't know what his name is either.
But my whole family was talking about him because he'll only give you a history lesson in the parking lot of the business he's talking about. So he was at Topgolf. He was at Subway.
Chipotle he just did.
He was at Chipotle.
He did Quiznos, which was interesting.
I'm not sure if he's reading something, but it's really easy to watch him.
It's a 10-minute long video, but it's so interesting. And every single business has its rise.
Panera. I watched his Panera one.
Pizza Hut. I saw that one. I actually just watch everything. If he ends up on my feed, I'm going to watch
10 minutes. I'm going to let it play by itself.
But every business has a rise and fall. And that fall is where another business can come in. Does that mean this business goes down? No, they have to
come up with a new product. I've seen this new thing. I think McDonald's kind of started it, and I have no idea, where they partner with celebrities to come up with these meals.
Yeah, I've seen
So then you have a Walla partnering with this company to do this print. Yeah. And then you have this lip gloss partnering with this company to do this smell.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how to stay relevant in ever market saturation, right?
Yeah. And that's why
competition is a healthy thing.
Yeah. That's why McDonald's, a Chick-fil-A, and a Chipotle, those are all next to each other in where I live.
They're also here next to each other.
And they can exist together. And one's not like, too much saturation. No, they're like, what can we add to the morning menu?
What can we add? What bonus, what app, what rewards program can we add that makes people choose me over them? What influencer can we partner with to talk about it?
Absolutely.
Corrie wanted to leave you guys with this. Consistently marketing to past clients is the solution to the where are my past clients problem. Class clients. What is wrong with my words today?
So ridiculous. What does consistency look like to past clients? Being on your own social medias. Probably they followed you at one point in time. So creating engaging content. Engagement allows them
Did you say drama?
In drama content, asking them, do you like candy corn? That's a great way to end up in the
That
feed.
is real safe drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drama. I think sometimes we think drama negative context. Drama. Hey guys, I rescued a cat. Drama. Love it.
Yes.
Or hey guys, I'm taking on this initiative. Or hey guys, I saw this guy. Okay. They call it Hope Core.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's on TikTok, and it's this genre of like positive stories of people.
Love that.
A lot of them, and I'm a sucker for Hope Core. I will always watch somebody returning from a military deployment and surprising a child at school.
My husband doesn't cry. A dog seeing a military person for the first time in a month, he will cry every time.
Blubbering that. How could you not?
Yeah.
So Hope Court, that is another type of drama.
Yes.
And because, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It's dramatically positive.
Yeah.
It's dramatically emotion evoking.
Yeah. Pumpkin spice lattes. Do people like them? PSL season. That's positive drama. That's a great way. If you have a person who buys from you once a year, you're going to fall out of their feeds if you're like, here's what I made. Here's what I made. Here's what I made. But if we can say, here's what I made, and also here's a video of me decorating a pumpkin cookie on Friday at 11 for the Blind Baker Social Collab, that adds a way to get back. So there's a very good consistency there. It can't just be like I posted every day for a year what I made and no, they didn't come back. It's
again, strategy.
Some consistent strategy. Your newsletter. I want to say the worst thing about a newsletter is starting and stopping.
What if we just go through these and do the opposite?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
The first one, stay consistently open. You're going to get returning.
You're going to get more return.
Hate it if you want to take a break. Yeah. Also, I'm not married, so I still have to work all the time.
Yeah.
So, channel your inner Heather.
My biggest thing, I'd much rather you take a consistent 1 month summer break than taking a burnout break randomly.
Yes, I agree.
That's still consistent.
Somebody asked a good question. They said, how do you handle the busy season that we're coming
I saw that.
It
was quite an interesting.
It was a very interesting topic because someone, it was a mix of answers. Someone said, I am throttling it down so I don't burn out in January. Someone said, this is my bumper crop time. I take on as many orders as possible. I'm also fully employed outside of this.
Someone said, I don't do anything because I host every event at my house for my family.
So I saw that one too. And so the different strategies there are if you are easily burnt out or if your life circumstances lend towards burnout because you host all your family, you have a ton of kids, whatever these things are, or you're sick, then you're going to approach this differently. So throttle it back so we can stay open.
Yeah. So I want to say a consistent summer break beats out a random burnout month.
Right. Obviously, the best one is going to be no breaks at all. Not realistic for everybody. So find that hybrid option. Okay. The other one, stay consistent in your offerings. You can add new samples, testers, limited edition, but your core offering should be small, limited, and easy to digest.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the group, people post their menu, and I'm like, that font is so little. I can already tell you it's too much.
They offer everything. If it was a craze, if it was a cocoa bomb, a bro nut, a cronut, a low nut, they're going to offer it.
I'd like to try all those. But yes, keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
So if you're constantly changing your offerings, losing clients, the other thing, keep them consistent. Keep that core consistency, and then you can add little fads in there as you want to.
A great thing is seasonal offerings, seasonal flavors.
We're very
That's not a promise of this is going to be around all the time. That is going to be, we're trusting it.
The great example is there's always a 3-wick candle at Bath & Body Works, but it's not always the smell of leaves.
Yeah. So it's vanilla bean can get it all year long.
We can't get the leaves.
Yes.
Leaves is the smell, guys. Go and try it out. It's great.
And I always say, Leaves has Heather in a chokehold. She wants to buy.
A chokehold? How? Why
I don't
leaves,
know. It's because it's 50 bajillion degrees in here. Heather had a Leaves candle. And it had not been burnt.
That's the smell of the candle.
Yeah. It had not been burnt. And we went to Bath & Body Works just stopping in because when you're in the mall, when in Rome, you go smell the candles.
It's almost a fetish for Corrie and I.
Heather said, I want another one. I said, have you burnt the first one? No.
Hoarding.
But because it's seasonal, she is able, they're almost.
But it's quite different than walking to Bath & Body Works and seeing 3 wicks are no longer for sale.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got that one. Be easily findable. Have that website. Have that social media. Have that Instagram. Have that TikTok. Post it. Be findable. There is a hashtag strategy. There's a caption strategy. There's We talk about SEO sometimes on this podcast.
Yeah.
Go listen to that.
Yeah.
There's an SEO course in the Cookie College. Go listen to that. Be findable.
Yeah. The easy things to be findable on are the ones you have to do. You might not be at the point where you want to build a full website. Instead, make sure your Google business profile's up.
They're good.
Free.
If you can search, you can optimize.
Yeah.
This one, if you're not relevant on socials, be consistent on social media. Again, like Corrie said, the kind of key to this is just consistency. My consistency and your consistency are different. Corrie and I are two people running the sugar cookie marketing page. Sometimes there'll be 4 or 5 posts a day. Sometimes it'll be a couple days.
Yeah.
However, we are able to be more consistent. We have double the workforce than your consistency.
Yeah.
Like we say, I always say, find your base, 2 to 3 posts a week.
Yeah. You're going to see, if you go to Miximo, regardless of the time of the year, you're going to see a post
2
there
to 3
per
posts
week.
a week. And that's that consistency. I would rather 2 to 3 posts a week than 50 posts a day and 0 posts for the rest of the year.
Sometimes I see what bakers do. I'm like, wow, I think they just posted 10 times in the last 2 minutes. And it'll be like, photo dump, haven't been around, forgot about it, so I'm dumping it in photo. Now you become a nuisance in my feed because I'm like, I can't scroll by it.
Right. So we need to be consistent with our posting instead of the all and nothing.
Yeah.
I've taken a break. I've gotten busy. I'm back. I'm gone. You know, it's that TikTok.
I'm done. I'm out.
Rebranding may be necessary. How can you soft landing the rebrand?
What can we be consistent in your branding?
Do we need a rebrand?
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe we just need a brand refresh. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't like the colors. So how can you can see Walmart changed its little circle for us. They just tightened the logo. And they're doing that to stay relevant, but without losing that recognition of that Walmart blue and the yellow.
If Apple did away with an apple and made it a pear, we'd be like,
too crazy.
Too crazy.
But they've constantly changed the finish of the apple.
I would say stay away from always changing your profile photo. Let someone be able to have that brand recognition because that might be the only thing they remember when they do the @ in a community group. That might be, especially if you have a very common name, a very life's a batch. Having
Stay real consistent in that imagery.
Logo can really help narrow it down so they're always tagging the right person.
I like that. And you can do branding with the style of staging that you do.
Yeah. Oh, and
so there's a lot of that you can
say. I always know it's a Corrie photo.
Because Corrie's pretty consistent in her staging. She uses bright colors. She has a lot of props around it. It's typically on a whiteboard. It's always in indirect sunlight.
Yeah.
So, and you never use AI. And that's your consistency. AI, cool. It creates a little brand confusion there. Again, if you use it, well, I use it because, then use it because.
Yeah.
Stay top of mind. Send out that newsletter and send it out consistently. If consistently is quarterly, that's still consistent.
That's still consistent. What we don't want is
5 emails, then no emails.
Yeah. 5 emails and no email. It sounds like you closed down. You're no longer with us. You have shuttered the building.
Sometimes I'll get a newsletter. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like that was years ago. Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
And then sometimes I'll get too many newsletters. Boss choice looking at you. But stay top of mind with that current book of business. A CRM program is a great way to, right? I know you had a birthday this time last year. You're interested in placing an order again. If somebody did that to me, I would be more likely to reach out. The mechanic shop I have gone to every month, and it's a little weird, but on the first of each month, it's a 10% off coupon for an oil change.
Yeah.
I get an email every month, but it's a reason to open it. And every time I said I would like 10% off for the oil change.
I see a lot of bakers, and I love that this is a mindset you have, are creating like referral programs for their customers.
Love it.
Here's the thing. You have got to stay on top of it.
No, you'd have to.
So if you're like started, no one really did anything with it the first 3 months. So you kind of didn't think about it. Month 6, someone does, and you're like, oh, I kind of did away with that program. That's going to leave a bad taste in the mouth of the person.
It's inconsistency.
Yeah.
Don't involve yourself in drama. That's the end of the sentence. There was a period at the end of the sentence. And then if you do involve yourself in drama, I can't save you from yourself, right?
Yeah.
There's only so much marketing strategy into that. Once things take off, you just got to ride the wave.
Yeah.
Don't muddle your messaging. If you sell cookies to the best of your ability.
Yes.
Don't sell cookies and sometimes this link on Amazon and sometimes a TikTok shop affiliate link.
Yeah. What is I go to people's profiles and sometimes I'll see like, they'll be like, okay, sign up for this Disney program. Like the cruises are on an all-time low. Sign up for a Disney cruise. I'm like, oh, okay. The next video will be like, are you a Disney cruise planner? Here's how to make the most out of your clients. And I'm like, but you were just selling to me.
Because you're selling the program.
One, you're selling to the customers because you're still a Disney planner.
Multi-level marketing, not saying that Disney is, but that's a great example, is because there's the downline.
Yeah.
I'm using the correct words, right?
Yeah.
Is
And an
multi-level
upline.
marketing offensive?
No, it's not.
MLMers?
I just went to a Scentsy.
You did.
wedding.
Okay, so you have the Scentsy party is a great idea.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, I'm hosting a Scentsy party. Would you like to buy any of my Scentsy products?
And I was like, yeah, I would like
Would
to
you
buy
also
that.
like to sell Scentsy?
See, and then I was like, I don't like
because
that.
look at how much money I made off all these idiots who bought these products.
And I'm like, but I'm the idiot you made the money off of.
Scentsy people.
Yeah.
Disney trip planner. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you come to your cookie business and you say, hey, it always starts out with, hey, bakers, new product dropped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought you were selling customs. But you're muddling that message.
Yeah.
And there's a way to separate those out. It would be hard. Let's say if you are a Scentsy seller and a Scentsy host, you would have to have two versions of that.
You'd kind of want it because I don't want to be the client who bought from you. And then you're like, here's how much I made off.
And that's what newsletter list segmentation is for. So that you can say, hey, to my downline, here's what we want to market to these people. Hey, to the people I'm marketing to, here's all the great products you would want.
I see bakers do it this way. There's subscriptions on, I think, Instagram and things like that. That puts the people, corrals those ones in a paid place where you can talk strategy, like here's how much made off this customer.
So Instagram's letting you segment.
Yeah.
But what if the customer signs up for it?
Oh, then unfortunately, you've muddled your message again.
So, if you can separate the two, either drop off, I'm not saying to drop off affiliate links completely, but make sure if you're selling customs is what you sell.
I would say if you wanted to, if you're teaching classes and you have a really good spatula from Amazon, that the person who wants to learn how to bake cookies could benefit better from that than your random customer who doesn't want to bake at all. That's why they're hiring you.
Great point. In fact, people at our cookie class will be like, can you send us the links to the products you talked about? I don't send the affiliate links, but I'm like, hey, here's a lot of the products we talked about if you want to buy them for yourself. However, Corey's not going to send that email to the people who just picked up a custom order.
They don't want to bake.
They don't want to bake. They don't want to be sold to. They already did the buying process. It would be a little bit like, I just bought from you. Why are you trying to get more money out of me?
I know. I know.
And at the end of the day, consistently marketing to past clients is the solution to get past clients to become current clients and future clients.
So think about how would you like to be treated? Often me and Heather, when we go to Seasons 52, get a little free dessert. I love that. Works on me. That is a great marketing tool for me. A little free dessert. It doesn't cost them more than $4.50. That's a great way. So what are ways that you can get back in front of these clients? You've already done the hard work when you first got them. So how can we make that hard work last long into the future?
I would ask what works on you.
Whatever that is,
kind of think about it.
So sometimes rewards programs work on people.
A discount email works on me. A new product release works on me. Yes. One that's real cute.
A lot of people do a VIP, like be my VIP group. You get first access. Works on people.
Feels good.
Yeah.
You telling your past clients, I want you to be my future client. Sign up for class before it sells out. I'll give you. We do that first access.
Yes, first access. Naming your good clients. Like, while you don't want to, especially if you've been around long, you don't want to like forget someone's name and then they're offended. But like saying, thanks, Trish, so much. Even sending Trish, one time someone referred a huge client.
I want to tell you what, if a place I bought something from posted about me being an amazing client, I would cry.
I know.
I would love it. I would feel honored.
If you're like, well, I have so many clients, I don't want to leave anyone out. A small $5 Starbucks gift card as a thank you to a referral.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
He'll buy a packet of these $5 gift cards. Okay, so you got $100, so you get what?
I don't know. What's that math?
20?
Yes.
You just, is that right?
25?
No.
25. I already said I'm no longer learning new math things.
20. So you could get delight 20 people.
Yeah.
Okay, $100, not nothing. $100, 20 people referring your name out, something big.
Then I would be like, take my $5. Take my $5. Yeah. That's a stealio.
If one client can bring in 3 clients, is it $5?
Yeah.
Give them $100.
I know.
Okay, so you guys get how that works. Moving on to the Cookie College. The Cookie College, we're working on that free fruits class. I should have it out by next week. Yeah. It is cute.
Adorable.
I talked about this with Corrie over the weekend. The people who are in the Cookie College put their money, they are here to make a difference in their business, and they will see that.
They are saying,
if you are listening to this, and we've been doing this for 4.5 years, this podcast, this is episode 229, and you never considered the Cookie College, I would bargain that you're still a hobbyist. Well, listen. That whole program is just designed to help to sell more online.
Yeah.
It is nothing about really baking, although you can ask your questions there. But it is about how do you, some lady just signed up and she's just binging it. Jamie. And Jamie. And she's like, hey, now what's my next course? And I said, if you have a lot of ideas, let's map them out. The mind map course, which is on Miro, and I like Whimsical now. Let's map it out. And because we need a plan, because we need to implement, because we're going to make more money, because this is going to work. Yes. I know it works because it's all I do.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this podcast and you're like, well, I really like the free stuff. I love that you love the free stuff. I love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But you want to make this the best Q4, sign up. Like I said, if you pay me $76 and you earn back $100, it was a great investment. If you pay me $76 and you earn back $3,000, you'll be kicking yourself that you didn't do it sooner.
Kicking.
You can always get that discount when the Vendy Blendy comes. Start now in this little lull. We're just in this slight lull. Just a slight. The plane is starting at the end of the runway, right?
Please keep your arms light and your...
Right. We'll be taking off at sunny skies here in San Francisco. We're taking off, and then it is horses to the races, right? So if you're listening to this as a little bit of an altar call, get off the couch and sign up. And let's do this because that's how it works. It only works if you do it consistently. Right. So we have people that sign up for the Cookie College. They come for a month. They come for a year. They come for 3.5 years. They are just consistent about it. Consistent effort creates consistent results. I wish there was a shortcut to all of this. I wish there was a get-rich-quick scheme
Listen,
I could sell you on.
marketing was a light switch.
Corey and I said, if marketing was easy, everybody would be billionaires. It's not easy. It's strategy and it's consistency and it's making mistakes and it's tweaking and it's increasing your offering, increasing your customer service. And that's frustrating and annoying. And I wish people just buy the cookies.
Yeah.
But it is so much more than that. And when all of that works together, when you say the course that Jamie was talking about, she was listening to Eat That Frog book. 2-hour listen, guys. 2-hour listen.
Nice.
Easy.
Yeah.
Then we did an Eat That Frog course. I didn't write the book, so it's not even my voice.
Camera down.
Shoot.
Camera down.
It's too hot. It's supposed to be 85 degrees today.
Yeah, I believe that.
So if you want to check out the Cookie College, you can check it out at thecookiecollege.com. I'm working on that fruits class. If you're like, well, I'm interested in classes, I'll have that out next week. I'll do a Facebook Live or a Zoom, depending on what I feel like, walk you through what is included in those classes. And then you sign up for the Cookie Class kits. I think you get, 9-10 classes? If you sign up for the Cookie College, you get the 2023, 2024, and 2025 classes.
Tons of classes, twins.
I think we're sold out of our Halloween class, which is at the last Saturday in October. It
is. And then I think our Christmas class is oddly the first week of December.
You and I said we wanted to have a little
more Christmassy, but people bought. So
right, that one's. I think we have
a private class.
I've got to do that today. Yes. Corey and I wanted to test doing a private class in-house. In her house, and so we can report back what that would be like to you and how that sells out, and if we have to cancel it because it didn't work out, if we get to teach the class.
Uncharted territory.
Right. It'll be the first time. Typically, I turn down private classes, but Corey said, do it for the people.
I said, if she comes up to my level of requirements, $85 person, 10 people, local.
So we're creating her a custom private class on Eventbrite, and then having it have a minimum that need to sell or something. Okay, moving on to check that out, cookiecollege.com, thecookiecollege.com. If you have any questions, ask me. We've had a lot of people sign up. I love it. I'll get you in that Facebook group. Don't worry about it. That is a manual thing. We have the STL Me About It segment sponsored by Cookie Design Lab. Use code TWINS for 15% off. Really, really, really easy to use cookie STL design software, which is cookie cutters. Just real simple. I got to say, real quick, I could produce something in probably 2 minutes.
So, like a small book. Like a small reader.
Give me small effort for making cutters, small. My computer had filled up with space. My bad. I'm pretty good on computer hygiene. Yeah. However, a lot of the temp files.
Sure.
So I pull up on Windows, you can pull up a thing and it'll tell you where everything. And it's like, well, the biggest space hog is apps. The biggest app hog besides Adobe's Photoshop is Fusion 360.
Did you delete it?
No. Sometimes you need to print other stuff.
Yeah.
However, Cookie Design Lab only does cutters, which is what most of us do.
And that's at the end of the day. I don't want to print a dragon.
Okay. These are people who have texted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances to win.
I'm honing in that lady who asked all the really good questions. Am I on the same wavelength? She is number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Random story. I had a dream last night that Heather was my best friend. Sorry, Corrie. It was very realistic, and now I feel like I've actually met you. That's all. End of the story.
That's hilarious.
Okay, bestie. Happy to tell you your dream came true. Your area code is 662.
662, that's Nevada.
Mississippi. Mississippi. Okay, Mississippi. Email me at heather@sugarcookiemarketing.com in the next 7 days and get a cookie design lab, and then we'll frolic together in a field as our besties.
And I will make a grand entrance in your next one.
That's so funny. I wonder what led to the dream. What did we do? Text in next week and tell me what we did.
Yeah.
And why wasn't Corrie there? We're typically good at the tip. Another question. Hi, twins. Ashley with Dapple Bakery in Houston. This is Ashley. If I win again, please give it to the next person. I don't want to hoard my winnings.
That's hilarious.
Here's my question. I have managed to end up in every Facebook group spam filter for the last couple of weeks, especially if I have a link or a photo in my post. It's happening even with non-sales posts. Obviously, it's nearly impossible to advertise sales days if I can't post photos with my copy. Agreed. It's ruining my life. Is there any way to get off Zuck's imaginary naughty list, or do I need to pause posting? Do I need to wait it out? Okay, right now, we're in this Facebook group that Facebook invites you to if you run bigger groups or groups that are active or whatever. There's 1 billion people in, so don't think we're anything special. Yeah. However, it is all about announcements from this kind of intermediary from Zuckerberg to us. And they said there's an issue with the spam filter. Okay, that doesn't solve your problem, but it means you're not on a bad list. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, a member of the Cookie College sent me an email and was like, I'm in the spam filter. Can you get me out? So I got her out, but she was there with many others. Yeah. That's my approach right now. I would post in that group. If you know it's gone to spam, which typically it should say it's waiting pending approval. Yeah. I would go to a comment and say, at one of the admins, would you mind checking the spam filter? Here's what's happening is the spam filter is pretty good sometimes. It does get a lot of spam. Yeah. I haven't seen a single car wash detailing post in a while. I know. However, it is sucking up innocent posts. Yeah. And it does not notify the admin team. I said to the lady who emailed me, thank you so much. And she's like, I'm so sorry to bother you. I said, if you don't, I don't know that you get sucked up in the spam filter. Also, to that, there's a way to ask an admin. If you're like, my post has been there for 4 hours, what do? If you're like accusatory. That's not great. No. Here's the thing. I joined a bigger group, this like local community group, but it's like got no bar so you can get in, and it's got like over 20,000 people in there. Okay. The first post I ever made in that group, I did include my link. Okay. It's still pending. There's no way he's not checking his messages. He's not. So I'm going to have to change a little bit of my and put maybe my link in the comment section. I would say if you feel like you're stuck in purgatory, link in the comment section, standard issue for a while. Sometimes, and I think this is a setting, tell me if I'm wrong, you can get a post to go through the ugly way with just your text, and you can go and edit the post after it's gone through. I have not seen edited posts end up back up in the spam filter. So I want to say that's another way to try. Okay. But if you're feeling like, so the key is always post unique content per group. Okay. Just for that one, because what we see is that when I see someone post the same content in all groups, it all ends up in the spam filter. It does. I would say what Corrie said, well, you're saying images, again, post it, then edit it. Mm-hmm. Okay. There is the ability to put edits on post approval. So I want to say you would just have, I only know one group that does that. And I know to not edit because it puts it back in there. It's almost default off. So. Yeah. So if they can approve your just text only post, and it'll say an admin approved your post, or your post will just go up, go in back and edit it, add the photos. Okay. And when you're like, I know this isn't the spam filter, I would say, hey, at admin, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind checking the spam filter. I think my post got caught up in there. What I see happens is that people are like, feel like they're being targeted. Yeah. Someone's like, you're deleting all my posts. And I said, I've deleted none of your posts. Yeah. What's happening is you're getting caught in the spam filter. Completely out of my control. Don't take it on me. And now I don't like you. Just kidding. I like them, but in that local drinking scene group or something, I saw someone's like, they just don't like me. They delete all my posts. All of a sudden, all of their posts went up. Yeah. So they've complained. They got their way, but you didn't get in the way you wanted. So I would be very kind in asking them to check. In fact, while Corrie and I don't use DMs to manage groups, a lot of the admins do like that. So you could send that DM. Yeah. And it's going to get to them, right? Okay. Great question. Very frustrating. You're not alone. Sure. Hi, twins. Since we're talking all about cookie classes this month, I thought I would ask a related question. I started teaching classes this year and I've successfully held 2 classes, and I'm teaching another class this Saturday. I have an average of about 8 people per class when my max is 14. I host them in my home. Yay, free. But a good friend pointed out that this might weird people out and prevent them from signing up if they don't know me at all. How can I combat this? Is it time to find a public space and host classes? Most places around me cost at least $150 to rent out. Thanks for all you do. The community I've created is truly such a blessing, and I've learned so much, Brianna.
There's 2 strategies here. Yes, you can always get a more communal place that people know, the local library. People know that, they're not going to get kidnapped when they go to the local library. The other thing, if you do like it at your house because you are saving money, you need to showcase your house. I need to know what I'm walking into.
I posted this month. We did a private class in an exceptionally hard to get to location. I didn't like it myself. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, it was a public class in the workspace. Yeah. Right? You had to go through the back of the building, put your right foot in, put your right foot out, turn yourself around.
We were like, you're in the right, taped to the first.
Yes.
You're in the right place.
Yeah. So we had things taped to the door, but I also took pictures along the way to say, here's where you're going to go. If this looks familiar, in the right place.
Yeah.
Not my ideal solution. The hybrid. For yours, I like what Corey's saying. Show them your house. If your house is clean and open and airy, let them know about it. Yes, I would be myself. In this area that we live in, it would be out of the norm to host something at our house. Different towns, different spaces and everything. Your house is beautiful. Bring you to it. Corey and I took a private class at a lady's house, the sourdough lady.
Yeah.
Beautiful house, was weird.
Children were yelling.
Okay, but that's irrelevant because I'm assuming Brianna didn't have her kid yelling. But if the lady had said, here's what my house looks like, here's how beautiful her house was beautiful.
Here's the thing. I want to say, MLM, Scentsy, I went to someone's house. It's not out of the realm. People are doing this all the time. True. So I went to Denise's house and I was like, oh, wow, I'm in her house. She didn't clean it up and it was fine. And it's showcasing.
Why are you dogging on Denise?
I love Denise.
Okay. So I would say, if you want to test it out at a public place, now we have $150 rental per hour. Yeah. Assuming this is 2 hours, we're already looking at $300 loss. We need to have that MVP. I would say try to see if you can find a place that will let you in for free.
Yeah.
And we talk about that. Wineries kind of do it. Breweries are open to it. Kitchen remodeling showrooms is where we do it. Cafes, pop-ups, things that you can say to them, I can bring audience to you. I had somebody say, they came in, was it a 60-40 split?
Yeah.
And I came and said, let's do 100-0 and I'll market you. And they're like, yeah, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So try to find that and then test it out.
Yeah, but I would say before you go to spend the money, test out showcasing your house. Hey, I just wanted to show you, this is actually the room.
The zero cost option.
Yeah, the room, you're getting in live. Like, you're showing us your house.
Now, sell me on the features. The reason why I love hosting this here is because anything you need, I can just run to my kitchen to get.
Here's what the parking situation. We have tons of parking. I have the longest driveway known to man.
Right. You're just going to come right here. And I would do it in a couple different iterations. A photo.
Yeah.
A reel.
Yeah.
A story.
Yeah.
A Facebook Live. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here prepping for this class. We're hosting my house. I'd love to have you. Here's what the setup looks like. And here's everything you get. Any issues, no sweat. I can fix it right over here in my kitchen.
Having spouse, an older child, someone good with the phone, come and take B-roll while you're teaching. That way, I see someone in your kitchen chair, I can picture myself in that kitchen chair.
I really do like that.
Yeah.
And now ask yourself, is 8 a solid number? Is 8 profitable?
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't necessarily want to turn down my 8 in exchange for my expensive 14, right?
I agree.
So again, a little bit of a math problem. Like I said, I like Corey's thing. The free way is show them it's good. The alternate, find a free space.
Yeah.
And then test that.
Yeah.
I like both of them. Thank you so much for liking the content theme.
And
what we're going to dare. If you're listening to this and you have a post to make, a tip, a life lesson learned about cookie classes, if you use the hashtag September Cookie Classes Month, from today to the end of the month, which is only a week and a day or something.
Yeah.
A week. We're getting somebody a month of the Cookie Class kits. It's really to help with content generation. Yeah. Or you could post something really dramatic.
But I want to say, encouraging bakers making more money is what the industry needs. At the end of the day, that's our goal. For you to afford your vacation, for you to have a great Christmas, for you to get the new car that you wanted. And classes is a great way to do that. So we're going to encourage people to say their encouraging words, even if you learn something not to do. Like, I had it in my house and the water pipe broke and we were rained on. That's great to know. So there's nothing wrong. You don't have to be the best cookie class teacher.
You just have to have had an experience.
Yeah.
You could even say, I used my own website for a class and I saved more money than the twins say using Eventbrite. And I'm going to be like, girl, go.
Absolutely. You could say I tried to host my first class. Only 2 people signed up, but here's what I learned from that.
Love it.
Love
that
it.
content counts as a lesson learned, and I want to read it and I want to support you.
And let me take the embarrassment away. My mom was the only person to sign up for my first class.
And I also want to say, you're very protected in that sugar cookie marketing group. Listen, Amy not going to let anybody tell you you're bad. So it's a safe place to talk about your mistakes. Here's an interesting one. The last one I'll read. I think it's, hi twins, Allison here from Ontario, Canada. I was wondering if you know anything about the 5-3-1 rule for Instagram, and what do you think of it? Thanks so much. And for the podcast and the other things you do, Googled it. It's the 3x3x3 with a twist.
Oh, nice. The 5-3-1.
The 5-3-1. This almost sounds, well, it sounds a little easier.
Okay.
Here it is. Social media engagement strategy where you like 5 posts, you comment thoughtfully, I like that AI, on 3 posts, and you follow 1 new account daily to increase your profile's visibility and encourage follower growth. By, listen to this word, consistently engaging with others in a targeted way, you can build authentic connections. Okay, the 3x3x3 rule was find 3 accounts who follow you and comment on their posts. Find 3 accounts you follow and comment on their posts. And then find 3 accounts you don't follow and don't follow you, but are probably local, and comment on their posts. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Now, they have the 5-3-1 rule, which is liking 5 comments.
Easy to do.
Easy to
post,
do.
You mean? Yeah.
Liking 5 posts.
Yeah.
I guess you could do comments. Commenting on 3 posts thoughtfully, and then following 1 new account daily.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
I'm going to say, if you're asking my opinion on this, absolutely.
Yes.
Any of this kind of strategies, the 180 rule, the 3x3x3 with a 5-3-1, whatever this is, it gets you to do the same thing. Consistently output before you expect input.
Yeah. A lot of times what we treat social media like is we're just output content. Post.
Why isn't it working?
We never come back. We never comment. Look, raising my hand. You can't see it right now, but I am raising my hand. And we're wondering, why don't I have more engagement? Why are my comments dwindling? Why aren't people ordering?
Because you're shouting at them.
Yeah.
Because you're not having a conversation. Because you're me. Why me?
Yeah.
If we do you, also me, what do you think is going to happen? Corrie and I guarantee, and we've been trying to be better about it. If someone posts in the group, comment on it.
Yeah.
Because 1, it's a sign of respect.
For sure.
2, it's a sign of being interested in something about them. If you're interested in other people, Dale Carney, they will be interested in you.
Yeah.
How to Win Friends and Influence People is the book. Quick listen. I think 4 hours.
Quick?
What do you think?
Quick.
What do you?
How long? Longer. I would say 6.5.
You know what? I did buy it one time.
And it was
in a CD form. 7 hours and 15 minutes.
I was very close.
However, a real good 7 hours.
Yeah.
It
wasn't a short book because it was definitely a long read. And
so if you guys wanted to try Allison's approach, 5-3-1, like 5 posts, would love that if that happened to me. Comment 3 thoughtful comments on 3 posts. I would say these are 3 different posts.
Yeah.
Or mix them in there and then follow 1 new account.
So are you telling me that getting engagement and giving engagement will help me grow? Because there is a Baker's collab this Friday.
Very interesting reason you bring that up, Corrie.
Yeah.
And thanks for that segue.
You're welcome.
There is a collab on Friday. It's the Blind Baker's Reels collab. I've gotten all my copy written and pushed out to you guys. If you registered, you'll get that emailed. If you didn't register and you're still interested, go to the events tab in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group and click on the Blind Baker's collab. I'm accidentally about to buy that book. I'm touching my phone.
Hilarious.
Click on the Blind Baker's Reels collab event, and pinned in the comment section is the copy help. Now, Corrie graciously did a demonstration of what this Reels collab will be. You're going to blindfold yourself and decorate a pumpkin onto a cookie. That is the collab.
Yeah.
You're like, that's weird. Yes, it is. And saying it's part of a collab makes it less weird. I even wrote that in my copy help. The point of this collab, because we always have a marketing component, is to show you that Reels do work.
Reels really do work.
The twins are struggling with their words.
They really, really are. Here's the thing. The best part about these collabs is other bakers who are also looking at getting more engagement and ending up in more feeds are going to comment thoughtfully on your post so it reaches more people.
Typically, we find that these collab posts warrant more comments than the bakers ever typically get outside of the collab post. That's because it's manufactured engagement. It's a part of the collab. But what it does is, like we said, with the drama content, which we don't want to post, we want to post content that reaches more people. Well, when it's reached more people, it's shown to more people. And then it's shown, you get it, right?
Yeah.
So the bakers are going to come in and they're going to engage. And then the algorithm is going to be like, well, a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Let me show it to more of this baker's audience.
Yes. And I want to say reels. Well, videos are hard because
Miserable.
You have to put yourself out there.
Someone wrote in your comment section, you said, why aren't you doing it? And she was like, I'm scared.
And I said, let's peel that onion down to the core.
You can always delete it.
You can always delete it. But here's the thing. To make it and post it, you're gonna get that first time jitters gone. And the next time after this collab is done, said, gone, it's going to feel just a tinge bit easier. And then you're going to get your running shoes on. Right. You're going to be creating a lot of videos and you're going to be doing what your competition isn't doing and ending up in a lot of reach.
What do you think, South Park? What do you think your business returning clients would think if they saw you? I'd be delighted.
Yeah.
Delighted.
My video, dumb.
Your video, I watched it many times.
Yes.
Because I like, know, and trust Corrie, and now I like, know, and trust her stupid pumpkin more.
Yeah.
So the Reels collab is on this Friday, September 26th at 11 a.m. Eastern. You post at 11 a.m. You use the hashtag SCM collab circle. It's pointless. That's the reason. We just use them one time.
We just need to find you.
And then for the next hour, you go and we get to watch people record themselves. And like I said, that last podcast, more of you signed up. What I said was 46 or 23.
Yeah.
Now we have 71 people signed up. So that is a lot of engagement. And I'm proud, even if half of those people did this.
I want to say, if you're like, I ain't participating, but I'll go look at what you guys are doing. I want you to feel your face muscles. If you're smiling slightly, that's what clients are doing when they're watching it.
There you go.
That is what you are connecting. You are connecting to somebody. They're having an involuntary smile reaction. Muscles are working.
I like to see people having a good time. But I like to have a little giggle.
If you're enjoying that content, imagine what your clients would be thinking. Is it going to be more difficult than snapping a photo of a cookie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it going to be more nerve-wracking because it's of yourself and we're our biggest critics and we hate the way we look? Yes.
So I said some tips. I made a little post with tips. If you're a scripty person, just have your hands in the video and read your script.
Absolutely.
That counts.
A teleprompter never hurt nobody.
That counts. If you are like, I can't think, I say a lot of ums and I don't like the way that sounds, do a voiceover.
I'm so sorry. No. When I was uploading a reel of my cat. Okay, cool. It was pointless. But I'm not a big editor, so I was clicking on this stuff and it was like remove ums.
No way.
And add voiceover. It's baked into the Instagram app
crazy.
now.
That's
add
crazy.
voiceover. So it wants you to do it.
Yeah.
It knows people like that type of content. So that is on Friday. I'd love to have you join us.
Yeah. Well, listen, I can't wait to see who shows up. Cannot wait.
Speaking of Disney Trip Planner, and I don't think you were accusing Heather of this, but Heather and Kim did a Facebook Live yesterday.
They did.
Kim has a brick and mortar, and she was telling us, so she gets to speak from both sides.
Yeah, she does.
She's into wholesaling. They allow her to wholesale now. I know you watched it. I was out of the office. But she taught that. So if you want to get in the mind of the business owner who would let you wholesale, you're going to want to watch that.
She's got a unique perspective. It's a franchisee. So she works with a franchise, but she is the owner of her franchise while she's also a home baker. So she was giving
allergy-friendly bakes.
She was giving tips on how to approach someone who has a brick and mortar. Should you bring up contracts? Should you not bring up contracts?
Perspective very unique.
Oh, it was very unique. She had just interesting answers because I would always think, have a contract so you could always weasel out of the contract. She said, no, with a franchise, with a franchisor, the person above her, she's like, if they wanted to pull it at any given time, I'd have to say, I can no longer sell it. They don't want it. So I can't do a contract.
Opposite of what I thought. It makes a ton of sense.
I know.
So you can watch that. I know we did, Bonnie Bradley had a Facebook Live. You can now watch that on YouTube. Yeah. And Andrea Forte did a live on Square websites, which I got to upload that to YouTube, but it's still available in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group.
Nice. Lots of events.
Lots of stuff. Lots of good stuff. I'm working on the Vendy Blendy. Okay, I'm so sorry. My Vendies, I'm coming. I didn't forget you. I'm very stoked.
It's because we started so early last year. They're like,
the reason why you're like, did I miss anything? Is because we had increased the discount last year and I didn't think I was going to sign up. So I needed to get it started earlier to see where my gaps were.
Yeah.
You guys are all coming back. I love that. We're doing that 25% off and I'll get that sign up. I have to create my landing page. landing
Heather
page,
loves a lander.
which starts with branding,
Loves a
and I had to go back and I had to create my branding for the Bendy Blendy this year. It's going to be a burnt-er orange with some icons.
A little burnt orange?
A little burnt.
Isn't it always a little burnt?
It was a little spicy last time. I want to go more burnt, more fall, crisp orange. I don't know.
An autumn
autumn orange.
Do you have a Twinterest?
We didn't go through sponsors. You want to do that first?
Oh, my bad. My bad. First, foremost.
Kim, it was interesting. Kim was a guest on the podcast, and we said, if you could tweak one thing about the podcast, what would you do? And she's like, the way you talk about the sponsors is boring.
Okay, hit me with something
fancy. Let me think about it. I'm going to tell you a product this company would sell. I want you to give me the discount code only.
That's too hard for me.
Okay, yeah. We've been saying this.
No.
Mixer.
Sugar cookies.
That is it. Ash and Nutrimel. Use code Sugar Cookies. That's affiliate. You save $20. They pay us $20.
Nice.
I want to make this more difficult. Okay, I'm going to try an obscure product that this person offers.
Okay.
Dusting.
Okay. Is it? I just know. Royal Batch.
Okay. What's the code?
Is twins.
What's it save you?
10%.
Got it. So they have like a cornstarch duster powder bag.
Everyone always asks in my videos, where did you get that cookie duster? It's actually a cornstarch duster, and a diamond is the end of it, and it has a very pink, fluffy dust.
You guys always ask.
Yeah, you always ask. That's where I got it from.
I think the 10% off can go for that too.
I think so.
But meringue powder is what we typically talk about. Plunger.
Okay, that is Daisy makes.
Yes. And I don't believe we have a discount code, so I'll let you off of that one. Yeah. But it's all the things you need to make cake pops.
Yeah.
And I'm using cake pops. What's the difference between a cake pop and a cake puck?
Okay, cake puck is where you put a cake in, a chocolate covered Oreo. Instead of the Oreo, you put cake in there. That's a cake puck.
But it has that shape with a flat bottom. It's chocolate.
It's just circular and a drizzle on top most of the time. And there's cake inside. But a cake pop and a cake pop disc.
Chocolate.
The disc. And that's where you dip it in wafers. Technically not even chocolate.
Oh, excuse me. Got her.
This is the STL me about it.
Cookie Design Lab.
Code favorite twin.
No.
Code twins.
50% off.
Okay.
Wow. Hard take there.
Hard
take. Literally just talked about the
I know. I just couldn't remember the discount code. That's what's throwing me.
Okay. Supply.
I already know.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't know what else to say.
Crazy.
I should have said sprinkle. Code.
Favorite twin.
4.
15.
10%.
10% off.
We'll be doing a quiz next week.
We will be doing
Last, never least.
Eddie. 0% discount.
Shoot.
The silence gave it away.
No discount code there, but Eddie, the edible food printer, is hosting, and they told me to tell you about this. It's a direct-to-food printer. You definitely need to check it out. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. However, they're hosting their first ever EddieCon in January, and you can sign up on Primera's website at primera.com.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to navigate that website, definitely go to the Eddie Printers Users Group on Facebook, and they post about it there.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have Twinters? I do, actually.
What?
Okay. I'm trying to find my perfume. Absolutely nobody in my entire life has ever stopped me and said I smell good. I'm not sure if I'm not doing it right.
Interesting. No one's ever stopped you?
Mm-mm.
Not many people have stopped me.
Right. I'm gonna be bold and say no one. Okay. So Corrie and I sometimes, obviously we got big sniffers, so we
we go to Bath and Body.
Yeah. Scent hates to see us coming. So we went to Bath and Body Works, and I like the leaves and pumpkin bonfire. Okay. Then we went to Sephora, and I said, let's just smell the walls of perfume. Okay. Hate to say this, some of them smell like when you go to a public restroom and they just cleaned it with lavender toilet bowl wash.
Yeah.
That's that floral scent too. And, people smell things differently. And then it lays on your skin differently.
Sure.
We just started sniffing around and we said, we'll stop at the one we like. Last year it was Ginger Biscuit. This year we got to Tom Ford. Let me tell you, my wallet's scrumped.
Let me tell you, the man knows his worth.
We found the tobacco vanilla.
Tobacco vanilla.
And Corrie and I said, wow, that's a very interesting smell.
It's a unique smell. I'm not going to say it's a musky. Rich holiday.
I said, and it smelled like it had staying power. So we spray it on Corrie's arm. I smelled like a toilet. So
Heather was spraying
too much.
When I go in there, I can only spray one smell.
Right.
So I choose very specifically.
So we sprayed Corrie with it, power walked the mall. I left smelling her. I said, that smells delectable. The price ridiculous, $300. I said, God no. So I Google it.
Yeah.
Okay, I Google it. That was a key here. Later, I'm meandering through my phone. I get targeted in an ad for a company whose sole purpose is duping expensive smells.
Yeah.
Dossier, not a clue. DOSSIER. It said, hey, listen, we got a Tom Ford dupe, $30.
$37.
So I say, still 37 too high. Actually 39. Too high. Get away from me. I'm cheap. Then they were like, girl, what if we gave you a discount code if you bought 10% off? So I text Corrie, listen, not $300, $37.
Heather did text these words. 1-for-1 dupe.
Said the reviews. So I read the dossier reviews. Okay, what else am I supposed to do? I can't smell the thing.
No.
I bought it. Corrie bought it. We sprayed it on our arms. We went to Seasons 52 and we asked Sean, the waiter that's been there for 10 years. I said, could you smell this smell and tell me what you think about it? He said, it's so funny. It smells like this perfume I have called Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla.
Yeah.
So we waddle our little waddly butts back up to Sephora and we do a 1-for-1 test. We smell like the Dossier dupe. We spray the Tom Ford. They're pretty darn close.
We said, if you're thinking of the two people, one person actually still listening who might even consider buying it. We said the Dossier, more of a vanilla smell.
The Tom Ford, more of a tobacco smell.
Yeah.
I feel like the Tom Ford could be more of a unisex smell.
Yes.
Versus maybe the Dossier one aired towards feminine. When
When I say Tom Ford, it's a darker smell. I don't know. Does that make sense?
richer,
Darker,
muskier,
richer,
masculine-ier.
muskier.
I'll tell you, it's also $300
But you can get a small one.
Right. You could get a $75, like very, very small tester. However, interestingly, my little sister says, when did you guys go to Target when she sees the Dossier bottle? And I said, I did, and I ordered this online. She said, Target just dropped.
They did.
Tobacco Vanilla Dossier dupe in Target.
Is it in a small one or an actual
She
big?
said exactly the
That's
things
so
you're holding is
funny.
what is in the front of that
That's
store.
so funny.
So if you wanted to go smell it, you could. It is in Targets, I
That
guess.
is so funny.
That's my Twinterest.
My Twinterest is I did get the exhaust on. They never got the fruition of the story. We were mid getting the exhaust on.
Oh yeah,
when
we
we
dropped
did
off
it.
the car. Well, okay, we're at lunch. They call me. Are you by yourself? Already a problematic question.
Yes.
I said, kind of ish. What are you gonna say?
No.
Like my mom died?
Yeah.
Okay, no. They were like, you bought the wrong exhaust. And I said, buddy, like there was one, when you did the filter, there's one. And they're like, yeah, it's for the faster car.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shoot, bud.
I know.
They're like, we're already knee deep in this. What do you want us to do? And I was like, what are my options? They said, we can make it work. And I said, well, that sounds jerry-rigged.
Yeah.
So the guy there likes cars, the kid that I was talking to, Will. I say, Will, you put it on. I'll pay you for the cost of putting on.
Yeah.
If it looks weird, we take it off. And he said, yes. So he puts it on and he sends the pictures.
I would say the first angle.
Regrettably, the car was 10 feet in the air.
The car was, you never see a car 10 feet in the air.
And I tell Corrie, listen, I call the guy back. I said, well, put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. Let's just see what it looks like. The minute he takes the pictures from the ground level, of which it's pretty low.
Look great.
Corrie was stoked. So they put in a small spacer. They got it to work. It did take absolutely all day.
It took a long
Which is where we ran our Tom Ford test.
It was a long day.
But then we got it on. You're happy with it.
Listen, I feel popular.
Are you outside of your now teen racer era?
I feel like a child who just got a driver's license. Here's the thing. Went to pick our trip at school. The exhaust Heather got me isn't like where you hear me all the time.
Everybody has turned off the podcast now, but keep going.
It's okay. Because now it's just,
Okay,
you don't hear it all the time, which I like. I don't want to be annoying all the time like I am in person. I want to be annoying some of the time. So when I start it, that's its juiciest time.
Cold start.
A cold start is the...
But then it kind of quiets down.
It does quiet down.
But when you get on it.
And I don't always get on it. So when I'm just cruising through traffic like normal, you don't really, it's not very annoying. If I'm the first at the traffic light and I want to get to the 40 miles per hour quickly, you do hear it. Archer.
Really probably what you want.
Archer, the seniors in his class drive. 2 of them drive. I've surmised this from...
Archer goes to a private school. That's where it was only 2
It's
seniors.
a tiny school. So 2 of them have cars. So every senior goes and hangs out at these 2 cars at the end of the school.
Oh.
Yeah. Arch has not cusped the friendship of the seniors. Granted, we're new at the school.
Don't they call him like Dollar Boo or something? Don't they have a nickname? They call him a nickname because he needed, one of them gave him $1.
Oh, yeah.
Big A or something?
I think Big A.
Oh, yeah.
So Arch comes to my car and I said, I could, in my mind, let me make this kid
Are you a 15-year-old boy?
popular.
Are you a 16?
Should I cold start in front of this group?
Listen, I'm there because I'm that person.
Is it embarrassing that your mom has an exhaust, or is it cool? Arch thinks it's a little cool.
Oh,
a
Arch
little
never
cool.
Thinks
He
cool.
never thinks anything. He thought it was cool. When it started, he said, that was loud.
Thank you so much.
Is that cool? Is that bad? My
On
husband
the
said,
scale of 1 through 10 of gifts.
10.
10?
A tenner.
Was it because of the delivery?
The delivery one, it was something I did.
Can you send me that video, by the way?
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
It was something I really did want. I would ne'er, let me tell you, in the gifts monetary value, this was probably the most expensive gift I've ever gotten.
It was, and it constitutes a lot of holidays upcoming.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a full 365.
Here's a reason why. And listen, the gift was too expensive. It was its value, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm minimalish.
Yes.
If I bought something somebody really wanted that was affixed to their car they're keeping for years, to me,
it was still too much to spend on a gift.
Well, okay, twin.
But
Twin,
where have you been? If you ask me if there's anything I want for in life, truly I don't want anything. Mm-hmm. That was something on my kind of want it. I kind of want it.
And it worked out, and thank you, Advanced Auto Tech. You were a gem wheel.
I'm a quagwally.
Corey's a quagwally, abuela guala. So,
thank you for everyone who tuned off now.
Now you guys are not listening, but we'll continue this at lunch.
We shall.
Let's get some air in this room.
Let's get some air.